Introduce our two valedictorians to speak this evening, Ahuva and Ahuva Rosen. When you first meet Ahuva, raise your hand if you know her. Okay. Probably what you first notice is her constant smile and her gentleness of spirit. But for those of us who have gotten to know her well and seen her in multiple venues, we have come to appreciate that beneath that softness is a strength of purpose and commitment. Ahuva approaches her studies with a thirst for knowledge and an enthusiasm for new experiences. And she diligently and methodically persists at a challenge until she masters it. She is proof that hard work and consistent investment pave the road to success. I invite Ahuva to address us this evening.
Thank you. If I get a little emotional during my speech, feel free to cry with me. I asked my dad if he's going to cry during my speech, and he said it depends if I'm going to be cutting up onions. Good evening. Bereshut Rabbi Lopiansky, Rabbi Merkin, Rabbi Katz, Mrs. Cortell, honored guests, esteemed administration, beloved friends and family, and fellow classmates. I would like to thank everyone for coming here to support our class as we culminate the last 6 years of our lives. And I would also like to commend our class for having a perfect attendance tonight. It was only 6 years ago that our class entered the yeshiva, excited about the fact that we were no longer in elementary school, and we would no longer have to walk in a line down the hallway. Little did we know, however, that attending the yeshiva would not only change the way we walk down the halls, but it would also change our entire lives. We learned that the yeshiva offered us 6 years of Judaic classes that inspired us to have constant growth and prepared us to live as Jewish women in the real world. Secular classes that helped us get through our SATs and gave us the credits that allowed us to be here tonight. An assiduous administration that ran the school and allowed us to have the privilege of attending the yeshiva. Inspiring teachers who have also served as our role models. Fond memories from productions, various clubs, programs, and speakers, and most importantly, treasured friendships. Even as our class goes our separate ways next year, besides for everyone in the class going to Midrash Tehillah together, the bond that we made together in the yeshiva will unify our hearts forever. Despite that I have enrolled in MMY next year without any of my cherished classmates, I know that I am not going on this journey alone because of the strong connection that I have with my class that will be in my heart forever. This past summer, I was privileged to attend Shana Bet on Mechlala, a learning program, where my advisor and I began to learn the Sefer Orchot Tzadikim. When discussing the topic of simcha, happiness, the Sefer writes, Mi sheyesh lo simcha tadir, if one is always happy, ya'ir panav, his face will shine, v'zivo mavhik, and his expressions will be radiant, v'gufo bari, and his body will be healthy, v'ein zikna memaheret lavo alav, and old age will not spring upon him. Kimoshna Amar, as it says in Mishlei, Lev Sameach Yetiv Geha, a happy heart is as healing as medicine. Clearly, the Orchot Tzadikim is indicating that simcha is a prominent character trait. Maybe it's just me because I can't swallow pills, but I would rather be happy than take medicine any day. While I'm sure we would all love to have simcha, and as the Orchot Tzadikim describes, shine, radiance, health, and youthfulness, attaining true simcha is not so simple. We all experience struggles, whether they are less serious, like trying to fight our way through a crowd of yeshiva girls to get a piece of birthday cake, or whether they are more serious. Throughout our lives, we endure hardship after hardship. So how can we be happy while constantly feeling like we're being slapped in the face? The answer to this question obviously lies in yet another question. During my Shana Aleph on Mechlelet, my teacher taught us about the mitzvah of ma'akeh, putting a fence around one's roof to prevent someone from falling off. A pasuk in Devarim explains the mitzvah. Ki tibneh bayit chadash, when you build a new house, v'asita ma'akeh l'gagacha, and you should make a fence for your roof. V'lo tasim damim b'beitecha ki yipol hanofel mimenu, and you will not cause blood in your house, that the one who falls should fall from it. This pasuk seems conflicting to the idea that Hashem controls everything that happens to us in our lives. Ever since we were little, we have been taught that Hashem is unlimited in his resources and can do anything. So if Hashem wants someone to fall off of a roof, he will simply make it happen. Why do we need to be careful about putting a fence around the roofs of our houses if Hashem controls whether or not people will fall off the roof anyway? To answer the question, my class learned a fundamental concept in the Sefer HaChinuch. Even though Hashem has an ultimate plan for everyone, Hashem created the world to revolve around nature. You must show responsibility according to the rules of nature, and only then can you drop all of your worries. Acting irresponsibly, for example, by writing an essay at 3:30 in the morning before it is due, will not guarantee you that Hashem will help you get the A+ you've always wanted in Mr. P's class. But on the other hand, it's not necessary for you to start studying for finals the summer before the school year starts, even though that does sound like something I would do. If you do what you can, Hashem will take care of the rest for you, and you won't have to worry about what's to come. The Orchot Tzadikim describes how one can attain simcha. Hamidah hazot ba'al adam. The trait of joy comes to a person, mechamat rov shal ba b'libo, with the enjoyment of great tranquility, b'li pegara, without mishap. Once you act responsibly and drop your concerns about whether or not tomorrow will be a good day because Mrs. Reingold might bring your class cookish cake, or a bad day because there might be a fire drill in the 0-degree weather, then you can achieve true simcha. I am proud to say that my class truly embodies simcha. The enthusiasm that we portrayed in color wars, mesivas, shabbatons, and in this year's case, weekaton, proves the spirit we brought into the school. Our hard work in productions and volunteering together for Chai Lifeline and other chesed jobs shows our class's determination and responsibility, not to mention how long in advance we planned our senior trip. We expressed our excitement when we dressed up every year for others and Yom HaAtzmaut, went to our teachers' weddings to dance with them, and even turned our school into a teva. Everyone always loved being around us because our hallways were constantly buzzing with excitement and positivity. So it's a good thing our lockers were always in the hallway and not in the locker room. Our classes were always energized by our eagerness to learn, and our positivity made every topic even more interesting. If I ever showed up to school with a sad face, everyone would notice right away because I would stand out. Even though I did enjoy those occasional gas leaks or water breaks that gave us a couple of days off, I am so lucky that every day I got to be a part of a class that made me feel so enthusiastic about school, about life, and about Judaism. I would like to thank our school for surrounding us with an atmosphere that allowed us to embody such simcha. Even though we're all wearing black caps and gowns, our peacock and gold tassels hint to the color and enthusiasm that our school has fostered within us for the past 6 years. We could not have developed such a deep simcha without our school, and we're truly honored to say that we had the privilege to spend the last 6 years of our lives at the Yeshiva of Greater Washington Tiferes Gedalia Girls Division. To Rabbi Katz and Mrs. Cortell, thank you for guiding us and giving us your strong support in our growth through the years. Thank you for organizing the classes we requested and sorting out any issues we had. teachers, thank you for educating us, inspiring us, and putting up with all of our many crazy questions. To our grandparents, thank you for loving us endlessly. And of course to Mora Sakta, thank you for volunteering to teach our Hebrew class this year. To our friends and relatives who came from near and far, thank you for taking the time and effort to be here tonight and support us as we conclude a major stage of our lives. Thank you for having our backs, being role models for us, and guiding us through our lives. To our parents, thank you for being here for us when we need you. And also when we don't think we need you, but it's good to know you're always here for us anyway. To our siblings, thank you for always caring about us. And for some of you, that means rearranging your schedules, missing other events, and using vacation days from work just to be here for us tonight. Despite all of the cat and mouse fights we've had with you, it's obvious that we've always been a team. To my fellow graduates, the people who have been by my side for the past 6 years, the girls who I cannot even imagine how I will bear to be apart from, and the ones who I can easily call my best friends. I am so grateful that I had you guys to go on this journey with. So to each one of you, thank you for all the millions of fun memories, the thousands of DMCs, the hundreds of 7-Eleven runs, the 21 of you that have inspired me to grow, the 6 years of yeshiva full of excitement, and most importantly, the one confirmation that we will all be friends forever. Thank you for embodying true simcha that made our last 6 years fun, exciting, and meaningful. The Orchot Tzaddikim says that the time of Mashiach should be the time of our greatest simcha. May we all be zocha that simcha, to see the coming of Mashiach, b'mehera b'yameinu. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahuva, for such a beautiful, heartfelt speech. Shiva wrote,